What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Parcero Philly, and all things sports and culture here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. Today we're talking about the Philadelphia Phillies just completing their first game against Washington Nationals, the first of a 3-game series against the Nats down in DC. As you guys can tell, we're rocking my brand new old school, the 80s Phillies with the sky blue, the powder blue, and the maroon t-shirt. I've been wanting one of these t-shirts for a while. After I believe the last time we wore these uniforms, these old school uniforms, was the Brave series. I may be an Orioles series. I think that was the last time we seen them. I could be wrong, but I'm loving the shirt, and it's gonna be part of the rotation now. I just need to get my maroon hat, and we will be set. We can't do the red and the we can't clash the eras here, guys. So we got to get that fixed together. But I'm excited to do the first video in the powder blue and maroon Phillies t-shirt. Guys, before we move forward, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to continue the growth of your favorite Parcero. Now, tonight I was down in Chester for the Union's game against the New York Red Bull. If you are not a Union fan, if you're not a 5-5 Philly sports fan like myself and many others in Philly, tonight was a big deal for the Union going up against a heated rival. That was the New York Red Bulls. Good win there, and the Phillies adding on to the joy here in Philadelphia. Going up against the Nationals. I talked about how I did pay attention. I did want to mention I was watching the game. We had a screen there, and my phone, I was scrolling down, just making sure the Phillies were doing the deed. It kept my eye on it. On my ride there, I was listening to the game. On my ride back, I was listening to the game. Luckily, there was an hour rain delay down in DC. The rain started pouring, so that kind of helped a little bit there as far as being able to listen to the game on my way back from Chester back to South Jersey. So that was great. But look, going into the series, I think that on Sunday night, the win against the Braves in the last game of that 3-game series, I thought we saw something. And the Phillies in Game 2 in that Braves game fought, but the bullpen imploded again in the game on Sunday. You saw the Phillies let the bullpen almost let it slip away again, but they got the job done. And the Phillies literally need a good week in order for us to think that this team can actually possibly make the playoffs here, because with the way this bullpen has been playing, the hitting, we know that the hitting is good enough to get us to the playoffs, but the bullpen is not going to be able to do anything. And the bullpen can, quite honestly, the way it has played this season, can actually take us out of the playoffs. So we needed to see a good series here, another good win as far as the series goes. And going up against the Nationals, this is the perfect opportunity, the reigning World Series champions. We already know the history between Bryce Harper and the Washington Nationals. He was a former player of the Nationals, started his career there, put the Nationals on the map. And I felt that this was the perfect opportunity for the Phillies to get a streak going. And I felt like Bryce Harper needed to bounce back. I felt like the Brave series wasn't the best series for him particularly. But so this Nationals-Phillies, it started off a little shaky. Jake Arrieta in the beginning, he did allow a home run to Trey Turner that would put the Nats up early 1-0. But kudos to Jake Arrieta, because he shook that first home run off, and he had a pretty solid outing. He would go 5 innings pitched. He did allow 3 runs off of 3. He did allow 3 hits and one run, there, and he did have 1 strikeout in this game. So it was a solid outing for Jake Arrieta, and we've seen in his previous outings where Jake would go have a solid 4 innings, and then the 5th inning comes, and then the things start getting out of hand for him, bases loaded, and he starts letting runs in, and that's when Joe has to go to the bullpen. But a solid outing. What stopped him today in this outing was the hour-long delay. Girardi decided to go with Heath Hembree as far as the next pitcher up. He gave him some pitches to throw in this game, and that would be it for Jake Arrieta. But still, I think this was a positive result, positive outing for Jake Arrieta to keep building on. But in this game, we saw the Phillies go with, not only did we see Jake Arrieta, we saw Heath Hembree, we saw Adam Morgan, we saw Tommy Hunter. We even saw Blake Parker in there as well. Make sure we get everyone there. So in total, Blake Parker, Adam Morgan, Hector Neris as well, Tommy Hunter, Embry, Jake Arrieta. So 6 pitchers in this game. So Girardi went deep. I think the only pitcher other than Jake Arrieta to pitch a full inning would be Embry, and would also be Blake Parker. So Girardi got the bullpen working in this game. And honestly, it probably wasn't a bad idea because the bullpen only allowed 2 extra runs. That's a solid outing. Hitting did their job as well. Of course, the talk was the JT Realmuto home run that put the Phillies up 4-1 early. It was a weird circumstance. JT hit that ball to right field, hits the top of the fence. Adam Eaton tries to get the ball, but it unfortunately fortunately for us, it falls in the Nationals bullpen, and that would give the Phillies Phillies and JT Realmuto a 3-run home run. McCutchen got 2 RBIs in this game. He was pretty solid here as well. And the Phillies, in the end of the day, won this game 8-2. Big win. Another thing we need to mention here too as well: the Phillies starting batting, the Phillies hitting. Everyone in this lineup got at least 1 hit. That's huge as well. When we see that happening with the Phillies, they are going to win those games every single time. And we had big games from Roman Quinn. He was 2 for 4 today. The sacrifice from McCutchen in the second one, the infield play. Shouts Roman Quinn, great job of sprinting to home plate. Once that out was called, and he just sprinted to home plate and he slid, and he is one of the best. He is the best on the Phillies as far as base running goes. That was a great slide, and that would give the Phillies another run there. Gene Segura went 3 for 5 on this day. Great outing for Gene Segura here as well. So when the hitting is doing its job the way it is, the bullpen didn't screw it up. This was overall a great victory here. And Bryce Harper and JT Realmuto didn't have to carry his team. Although JT did get a 3-run home run, that definitely helps things out. But again, a final score of 8-3. A great win here for the Philadelphia Phillies. And listen, I believe the Phillies can absolutely win the series. I truly and honestly believe that they can win the series. We will see what happens in the next couple of days. But for the Phillies, man, I'm super ecstatic. I'm super hyped of what I saw on this day. Putting up 8 against the reigning champs. Great day. So next up for the Phillies, we got our boy. It is Nola Day tomorrow. The Phillies are back in action at 6:05 back in Nationals Park. Aaron Nola going up against Patrick Corbin. Should be a fun outing for Aaron Nola. We know that Aaron needs to bounce back because the last time we saw him was last Friday down in Atlanta, and he allowed four runs, and he was out by the end of the 3rd inning. So he definitely needs to bounce back. I definitely think he will, and this will be key. Can Aaron bounce back after a bad performance? That's the key here. I'm really going to be excited for that. I was hoping I could make the trip down to DC, but it's just there's not enough time. There's other sports that need to be covered in the city of Philadelphia, so we cannot make the trip to DC. It's about a 3-hour ride, I believe, from this area to DC, which I'm actually not too far from Delaware, so that's not bad, but it's just not enough time to make that trip. But I'm excited for it. Guys, in the comments below, let's talk about the Phillies. Let me know what your takeaways were from the Phillies in this game here. And let's talk about some Phillies baseball in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and the channel helps continue the growth of your favorite Parcero. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of Ed Parcero Philly. I'm telling you guys to ring that damn bell. Talk to you soon.